For centuries, history has been written by the victors. The lions have been silent while the hunters told their stories. But what if the lions finally roared? What if the villain of a famous epic was actually a hero to his own people? Today, we're flipping the script on one of the most well-known stories in the world, the Ramayana. We're going to challenge everything you thought you knew about the so-called demon king, Ravana, and reclaim his story as a testament to the glorious, hidden history of Sri Lanka. Forget the 10-headed monster from the legends. It's time to meet the real Ravana, a powerful emperor, a brilliant scholar, a master of science and art, and a king so revered that his name, Ravana, is now worn as a badge of honor by many Sri Lankans. This isn't just about rewriting a myth. It's about uncovering a history that was deliberately buried. To understand the sheer scale of Ravana's kingdom, we need to think bigger than modern maps. Let's travel back in time, way back, to the era of the supercontinent Gondwana. Geological evidence suggests that land masses we now know as India, Sri Lanka, Australia, and Antarctica were once connected. Ancient texts from Sri Lanka, the Ravana authors, describe a vast empire that stretched far beyond the island's current shores. Deep into the Indian subcontinent, this wasn't just some isolated island kingdom. This was the heart of a powerful, unified civilization, the narrative of Ravana as a foreign invader who stole a princess simply falls apart when you consider this geographical and historical context. Could it be that the conflict wasn't about a kidnapped wife, but a territorial dispute between two powerful empires? Was the story of an evil king just propaganda to justify a war of conquest? It forces us to ask, who was the real aggressor? The ancient epic describes a war fought with incredible, almost magical weapons. We hear of the Brahmastra, an unstoppable projectile that could annihilate entire armies, and the Gandharvastra, a weapon that could create mass illusions and manipulate the minds of soldiers. To our ancestors, these might have sounded like divine powers, but to us, in the 21st century, they sound eerily familiar. Let's reinterpret this. The Brahmastra, capable of creating a fire so bright it was like 10,000 suns, and leaving the land barren for decades. Doesn't that sound like a nuclear weapon? What about the Gandharvastra, a weapon that could project illusions and cause psychological chaos? This perfectly describes modern psychotronic weapons, which use electromagnetic frequencies to influence the human brain. Imagine the Ravana war not as a clash of gods and demons with bows and arrows, but as a devastating high-tech conflict between two hyper-advanced civilizations. Picture flying machines, not just as mythical chariots, but as sophisticated vimanas engaged in aerial dogfights. Envision a war fought with technologies that we are only just beginning to understand. This wasn't mythology. It was a forgotten chapter of our technological past. So, if this advanced civilization existed, where is the evidence? Why don't we see the ruins of their magnificent cities, or the remnants of their incredible technology? The answer may lie in the very weapons they used. A nuclear exchange, which is what the descriptions of the Brahmastra strongly suggest, would have wiped almost everything from the face of the earth. Perhaps that caused Sri Lanka to become an island separated from the Gondwana supercontinent. The intense heat would have vaporized structures, melted rock, and contaminated the land for generations, erasing the physical proof of this incredible society. All that would be left are the stories, passed down through millennia, becoming distorted into myths and legends. But the scars on the land remain. Let's look at Tibet, where you would find a mysterious lake called Lake Rakshotl or Ravana Tol, or simply Ravana's Lake. Even the brightest Swedish geographers could not measure its northern end, leaving the depth of the lake an unresolved mystery. While it remains dark and salty, the adjoining sister lake is a freshwater lake. Could its unusual, almost mythical formation be the result of a massive, ancient weapon? A crater created by the impact. Ravana's fame is not limited to the Indian subcontinent, where he has been portrayed as a villain by the narrators. On the contrary, he is a pious, well-revered, extraordinary legend throughout the Indonesian archipelago and the nearby East Asian regions. Now it is time to talk about Sri Lanka, or the Lankapura, where he hails from. He is lionized by the newer generations as a proud symbol of Sri Lanka. For them, he is more than a warrior. There are tens of locations associated with Ravana, from Wariapola, where his aircraft was stationed, Thotapolakanda, an ancient terminal, and Gurulupatha, where his aircraft were repaired. But one location remains quite significant. That is none other than the imposing rock fortress of Sigiriya, often attributed to a later king. But many local historians and archaeologists believe its origins are far older, that it was one of Ravana's citadels. Its sophisticated water gardens, defensive structures, and strategic locations speak of an engineering prowess far beyond what conventional history admits for that era. And what about Yahongala, the bedrock? It's a massive, flat-topped mountain where local folklore says Ravana's body was laid to rest after the Great War. Its unique shape and the powerful energy felt by visitors there make it a place of immense spiritual and historical significance. These sites are not just tourist attractions. They are echoes of a lost golden age, silent witnesses to Ravana's reign. They are the breadcrumbs left behind, leading us back to a history that was almost completely erased. The story of Ravana is not just a Sri Lankan story, it's a human story. It's a reminder that history is often a matter of perspective. For too long, the narrative has been controlled by one side, a narrative that served to demonize a powerful rival and justify his destruction. The time has come to look at the evidence with fresh eyes, to listen to the voices that have been silenced, and to piece together the truth. This isn't about disrespecting anyone's faith or beliefs. The Ramayana is a beautiful and important spiritual text for billions. But it's crucial too. Separate religious scripture from historical inquiry. We can honor the epic for its moral and philosophical teachings, while also critically examining its historical claims. We must dare to ask the uncomfortable questions and follow the evidence, wherever it leads, even if it challenges our most cherished stories. By exploring the possibility of Ravana as a great emperor of an advanced civilization, we are not creating fiction. We are engaging in a healthy, necessary dialogue about our own past. We are reclaiming a heritage that was taken, and in doing so, we honor the true legacy of King Ravana and the magnificent civilization he ruled. The lions are finally roaring, and it's time for the world to listen. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to uncover a hidden history. What are your thoughts on this alternative perspective of Ravana? Let me know in the comments below. As usual, this is your host Donica DeQuella signing off with a request. If you found this exploration fascinating, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the mysteries of the past. Until next time, keep questioning everything.